It's getting a lot more interesting. Like I said in my previous review of the last Saiyuki, the last chapter was interesting enough that I just wanted to start doing reviews on it. I actually really liked a lot of aspects to the series, but the last chapter, had that final spark of like, okay, I want to start reviewing these. The series is pretty fun. I'm enjoying it, and I want to see if anybody else is enjoying it. Hear what I have to say. Comment of what you have to say, and hopefully we can get more people on it. Other than that, back to it. So obviously in the last chapter we had this guy. I can't remember the kid's name. I think his name was Shige. I don't remember the evil looking dude's name was, but he is coming by to take Koharu back from Ryunosuke and his dad. And during the whole kind of like moment between Koharu and Ryunosuke, they seemingly had a pretty much like a soul kind of like connection point, and so she's now empowering him to being able to use the Nyoibo to a level like they said it's similar to Son Goku, where he was using it to where he could grow it out and then make parts like extend out from the side, and so he can do like complete like directional changes without having to retract and redo it. Just keep extending out, do some cool stuff. And when he like pulls it back, and Ryunosuke is just talking about like, if you really want to do this, then let's do it. We'll see how it goes. And again, the guy had a really cool part as well, because had his Nyoibo like pointed at the ground, and he like made it go through the ground, grout, and come out from over them. And he had the same kind of like directional growth change where it just kept pulling like 90-degree turns. And again, a really weird one, because I thought it was just going to be that, but then Ryunosuke like has his Nyoibo expand and makes like a curtain, and like makes it so it wraps around the other dude's Nyoibo, the power pole, and kind of like takes control of it temporarily, and it just like makes this big fist come out the other side. And the dude just kind of like talking to him, he's just like, "You're doing pretty good. I'm genuinely impressed. I think that you're showing off some skills here." But at the same time, he's just like, I get that you're trying really hard for Koharu, but it's not gonna really matter. She and I are half each of a higher being than you would understand. And there's his whole plan of wanting to, he needs him back so he can create a certain monster. And on the spread from the first chapter, you can see this like giant behemoth walking off in the distance. I'm wondering if it's that creature. Meanwhile, he's just kind of going off and actually wants to bring Ryunosuke to be his ally and make him his friend. Because, well, the weird, interesting aspect of him is because Koharu and him are linked, he can feel what she feels. So, like, her happy, like, positive moments with Ryunosuke and everything, she's pretty much also, like, slightly channeling through him. And it's also the point where the reason he waited so long to act is because he wanted to wait until Ryunosuke abandoned Koharu, but he didn't. He came to the realization that he wasn't going to ever do that, and he's actually like brought to tears over it. So it makes him happy, but at the same time, he's just like, I don't really, I can't just leave her here, and that's probably why he wanted to make him make him an ally also to their team. And I thought those were pretty good for a first encounter. And then right when he's kind of like does that, he actually has another Nyoibo go right through his head, and his head just explodes. But we end up finding out that's actually a copy, not a real one. The real dude is he's just in some room playing like a video game. And actually, what's kind of really interesting is you see the game he's playing, and his name's Sai, but you see World 2-8, and it just shows like game stats, and his lives are seemingly infinite. So I'm wondering how much of that he's going to be able to just like make copies of himself and keep going out. And then every time that maybe we think he's going to die, he's not actually going to die. He's going to be like the Naraku of this series, for the Yu Hakusho reference. But actually has a cool tattoo on his forehead or some mark, and it looks a lot like half of the one that Sun Wukong has on his forehead, that crown. And when they look back, they see this other character, the ones that I'm using for the panel for this chapter. You have this really weird looking dude with his half and half hair and this polka dotted tie, and he's actually got his own Nyoibo with like this girl with him who's just like, what the hell did you just pop the dude's head? like freaking out. But the guy apparently is part of the same group that Ryunosuke's father is in, and he's just talking about how pretty much like it's okay that dude is a copy. It doesn't matter. His body's like decaying. It's just a monster. It doesn't mean shit for us. But he starts questioning Gohaku. He's just like, why the hell is one of Son Goku's halves here? And that was interesting because obviously the maybe my cat's knocking stuff over. Thanks, right near the end of my video, but right near the point where we start getting some revelations on some of these characters. Clearly, it looks like the dude was hiding stuff from his colleagues. If this guy, who clearly is part of it, he's got his own Noibo, and he's assumingly very powerful. Just like, let's just assume it right off the bat. He seems pretty skilled. And why it's this other guy leaving him in the dark? So we'll probably find out. Maybe there's some tomfoolery going in the background between some of these characters, and really learn more about their group, the guys that are protecting Koharu, but also maybe more about the bad guys that want him. What are they? The Order of Chaos. But other than that, drop a comment below on what you thought about this chapter, or how you been feeling about this series. It's been enjoyable. I've actually been really liking this. I like these character designs as well. Like these two new people, I enjoy. I find the antagonist guy, I think is it Sai? Yeah, I think he's pretty cool so far. But other than that, yeah, I want to hear what you guys have to say. And with that, I'd really appreciate if you thumbs up the video, preferring the like button and the subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But other than that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and I thank y'all for listening. Bye.